Today on Paranormal Insights, we're going to look at harnessing the power of crystals.
And we have a question from Mary, who wants to know something about a career change.
And a quick look at crystal visions and the power in crystal wands. I'm Joseph Ernest Martin.
And I'm Linda Potter.
And this is Paranormal Insights, where we showcase the latest and best from the metaphysical world.
Here you'll get real tools and insights to your questions as we bring you answers from beyond the ordinary.
Now, Linda is a hypnotist with a specialty in guided meditation and past life regression. She's also the author of a wonderful new book, The Miracle of Self-Healing.
An award-winning psychic for over 20 years, Joseph Ernest Martin is author of the international bestseller, The Quest to Row, and recipient of the Visionary Award of Excellence.
And we're going to be talking about harnessing the power of crystals.
Great topic.
I think so too. You know, I've always been attracted to crystals, and if I could afford it, my whole house would be covered in beautiful crystals.
I can see why. The one thing about crystals that I like so much is they come in so many different hues, so many different shapes, but there's something so alluring about them.
And even recently in the news, we've seen these huge crystals hidden away in caves that previously were just flooded with water.
Yeah, isn't it something? And it kind of makes you wonder why they're becoming available to us to look at them and study them now.
Crystals, gemstones, and the like have a long history of use in healing work and harnessing energies in cultures from all across the world. Crystals have a powerful transformational quality that can even turn sound into light. Ancient crystals can contain actual water from our prehistoric Stone Age, and in technology, scientists have explored the properties of silicon crystals for radio. It is the properties of quartz crystals that still have huge potential for use. Crystals are said to contain and amplify consciousness. Huge granite blocks found in pyramids and at other sacred sites contain tons and tons of crystal material. Psychics have claimed to see subtle energies emanating from the crystals themselves. These energies move and flow around the crystal and the operator. Crystals can be used in a multitude of ways as reflection, transduction, transference, balance, transformation, stabilization, focusing, and much more. Think of a crystal as a neutral, pure object that takes the intent of the operator and focuses it toward a desired goal. Just like any tool, the outcome depends on how the operator uses the crystal's state of perfection and balance. Using the crystal energizes the stone to emit waves and vibration of focused energy. Like a laser, the energy radiates from the terminal point of the crystal. A single terminated crystal is very much like a laser pen, directing energy out its point. A double terminated crystal allows the energy to flow between 2 points or between 2 people. This can be very helpful in healing situations where you need to have an energy exchange. Though a mind-to-mind communication is possible with crystals, the higher intent for the usage of crystals is for healing. The healer, when using a crystal, can release the negative thought forms in a sick individual, reestablishing healthy new patterns of vibration in the patient. The new healthy patterns of energy are literally transferred and amplified to create a coherent pattern of health in the ailing person. The topic of crystals is absolutely huge. There is a few references that you can use here to further your knowledge. Jonathan Goldman, a noted sound healer, nevertheless acknowledges the importance of crystals in his book, Shifting Frequencies, documenting the use of crystals in healing work throughout the various historical periods. Another book, The Crystal Bible, A Definitive Guide to Crystals by Judy Hall, and a newer book, and this is Rock Medicine by Seela S. Weideman, contains more wonderful channeled information about how to use crystals for healing. And of course, Dr. Vogel, who was a senior scientist for IBM for 27 years, refined the cut, shape, and use of crystals to give them added power in their use. His crystals are considered to some to be the most beautiful and powerful on the planet today. I've personally seen Vogel cut stones glow with amazing, amazing energy. Whether you are just getting started or have an enormous crystal collection, the use of crystals will be taking a more prominent place in our life and technologies. You can benefit from crystals today just by having a crystal stone in your pocket or purse. Focus love or peace energy into the stone, and it will hold that frequency for you throughout the day. Whenever you start to feel down, pull that stone out and refocus that energy into it. It will give you a boost and help reset your inner energy for health and happiness.
It is said that crystals are the Earth's DNA, containing the records of the formation of the Earth. Crystals are the solid substance formed from the movement of the Earth's crust. Some crystals were made by being dipped into formation, while others were grown deep underground. The recent National Geographic documentary about the crystal caves found in the Chihuahuan Desert of Mexico is a case in point. These caves were discovered by the geologist Juan Manuel Garcia Ruiz, and he calls the discovery the Sistine Chapel of Crystals, where some of the crystals are translucent beams that measure 36 feet in length. The way that a crystal is made influences its properties and how it functions. But however they come into being, they're used to amplify, clarify, and store energy. So how do crystals work? Scientifically, we know that all matter is made up of energy, whether it's a person, a plant, or a piece of furniture. Each object has its own distinctive energy and a specific vibration. If our body gets sick or our emotions go out of balance, our vibration changes. And because crystals stay constant in their perfect vibration, they're excellent tools for getting back into realignment. A masseuse may have a certain placement of crystals beneath their massage table or even on the body of their client to assist in rebalancing and healing. Crystals can be used for many purposes. You can use them while meditating to enhance your experience, or simply place them around your home or office to neutralize negative energies. They're gorgeous to look at. If you want to give your plants a boost, place crystals in your potted plants or strew them throughout your garden for the plant's increased health and energy. Through your imagination and intuition, discover the many uses of crystals for yourself. Choose your own crystal by simply picking the one that you're attracted to. And after choosing your crystal, you'll want to clear it. My favorite method is the one suggested by Marcel Vogel. He believed that we don't need to be dependent on external agents to clear a crystal, that clearing crystals can be accomplished by using our own consciousness. You can read about it by Googling The Legacy of Marcel Vogel. Harnessing the power of crystals is simply a matter of having one and using it with good intentions.
You know, one of the things I've just always loved about crystals is that some shops specifically can carry an amazing collection. I was actually in San Francisco, California at a crystal store, and they had this huge selection of Vogel cut stones. And the thing I liked about it was they were displayed on this gray mat that allowed you to see the energy if you could. And being psychic, the first thing I did was look at the stones and the energy flowing around them.
That's a really special thing that you came across that many Vogel stones at one place. The first time that I saw a Vogel stone was in a little shop in Old Town Sacramento, California. And I walked into the store, not that I'm a real crystal person, but I had just written a meditation, and it was of a pyramid with a shard of light coming through the apex of it. And I looked in this window, and what captured my attention was this beautiful pyramid-shaped stone with a light coming through the top. It totally captured me because of the beauty of it. And then I came to find out how special Mr. Vogel really was.
Well, you know, his stones are so absolutely stunning that I was just staring at them in broad daylight and I could see the energy around them. If you'd like to pick a great crystal for yourself, the process is rather easy. Go to a vendor or fair that showcases many, many crystals. The more, the better, actually. Find a crystal that catches your eye, pick it up, and hold it in the palm of your hand. You might feel a certain warmth or energy. If the feeling you get is positively strong and good to you, you have found your crystal. Different crystals have different moods, and many find that one type of crystal is good for one day, while another crystal is good for another day. This is normal. If you are looking for a specific experience with a crystal, then read up on the properties of the different stones and then find a stone within the category that feels right for you. Each stone will attract a different person. So don't worry if you really feel something for one stone while your friend doesn't feel a thing. This is also normal. Even though you may think you are choosing the crystal, maybe it really is true that the crystal is actually choosing you. When I talked to the shop owner, he said he would view the entire collection brought to him by a dealer in a dark room, and then he would pick the brightest stones for his shop. I think they're not only the most beautifully cut, but I've experienced them also as the most powerful kind of stones that you can get or use. Though natural stones too can contain their own special qualities of energy.
They are so unique unto themselves, and each one unique unto themselves. What I love about Vogel's and what really put me in his corner, so to speak, over anybody, is how he said other people tried to replicate what he did. And he said what they're missing, the increment they're missing, and mind you, this is a scientist talking. The increment they're missing is that he put love into his.
Yes.
And he said that's why they're not getting the healing that they want to get out of their stones. That's so awesome.
Well, I think crystals do really carry that energy of the creator. And a friend of mine who has a crystal collection has these stones from the prehistoric past, I mean literally, and trapped inside these crystal formations is water. And I can't help but look at that and think, the water, the real water trapped in these crystals is prehistoric water. I actually told him, I said, I hope you never break this open to get the water out, because God only knows what's in that prehistoric water.
And the consciousness that exists within that stone because of where it came from and where it was mined from. It makes it very special. I think when you start thinking about crystals, and this conversation is great for me because it really gets me fired up to look even more and more into what crystals do and the plethora of crystals there are, and certain attributes of some over others, and how we resonate individually to those crystals.
Yeah, it's our energy that happens to activate these energies, I believe, quite a bit. If our intent is good, we can activate the energy in that crystal in a very powerful way.
What is meant by clearing a crystal? And why do we even need to do that? When you find that special crystal, wherever you find it, before you've gotten that crystal, it's come from the mining place where it was mined. It's come through many people's hands, from the wholesaler to the retailer to that pretty store shelf that you found it on. By the time it gets to you, because of the properties of a crystal to store energy, it has lots of different energy on it. And it's kind of like lending your coat to numerous people. By the time you get it back, you really want to clean it. Crystal's the same way. What you want to do is clear your crystal, and there are different methods to do that. Find the method that resonates best for you. I like to do Vogel's method of clearing a crystal because it doesn't take salt, it doesn't take water, it doesn't take the moon or the sun. It takes my own consciousness, and that makes it special.
When I feel or see energy in a crystal, I know that that crystal is something for me to use, almost like a radio tuning in. The crystal kind of tunes in, I believe, to us, and you could even say, does the crystal pick us, or do we actually pick the crystal?
Yeah, I think you're right there. And it doesn't matter, does it?
No, it doesn't at all.
No, It's a very healing experience.
What's your favorite crystal?
Amethyst, hands down.
Amethyst? Now see, I really like the quartz crystal the best. The more clear, the better. I think it's because being a psychic guy, the clear crystal ball kind of thing really kind of attracts me.
Cool.
Yeah. Pick your own crystals. I think you're going to have a great experience. I'm here at the Holistic Living Expo here in Pleasanton, California. We're going to be taking a look at some of the most fun vendors here at this show. Follow me. I'm here with Sue Cukrov and My Crystal Visions. Sue is a master magician when it comes to making all sorts of things out of crystals, wire wrapping, and jewelry. One of her amazing specialties is the creation of energetic wands. So you want to tell us about that?
Well, I was guided by my spirit guide to start creating these wands, and when I first started making them, I had no idea what I was doing or what they were used for, but my spirit guide just said, do it, make them, and people just have been buying them, and I sell them all over the world.
Well, you know, Sue, when I was looking at all your beautiful pieces of work that you make by hand, which is absolutely incredible these days, I was noticing all the different kind of stones that were on the different pieces. Why are there so many different stones?
Well, I use quartz crystals, natural quartz crystals, as my base stone for everything, because it amplifies the energy and the properties of whatever stones you use with them. And every different stone has its own special healing property. And like petrified wood is good for emotional upheaval. And it's good for, if you use it in a wand with a quartz crystal, you point it at an unpleasant source and visualize a positive change. So a lot of people like to buy these and they put them on their desks at work. And then their boss comes in and starts giving them grief, and they're just like, back to you, baby.
Well, so tell me, you know, like a lot of people these days are having a little bit of a challenge with prosperity, money, wealth, abundance. What kind of things do you recommend with crystals that really help with that?
Well, most of your green crystals are abundance crystals. You know, like jade is for health, wealth, and longevity. Green aventurine attracts abundance and prosperity. And your moss agate is good for cleaning up the environment, and it's also a stone of prosperity. But basically, the bottom line is I tell people to feel free to come and pick everything up, and whatever feels right to them is the one that's supposed to work with them.
Well, fantastic. You know, I also know people are working awfully hard these days. If you needed a little boost of energy, are there actually crystals that kind of help you get a little more energy boost?
Well, all of them do, because crystals react differently with every individual. That's why I tell people, like, you know, go ahead, pick them up, and certain ones will resonate with certain people. And some people really get a buzz off of some of them. And
what would you say is your favorite stone that you work with?
Quartz crystals, hands down.
Yes. Now why? Because of the way they channel energy?
Well, not only that, but because I'm just fascinated by the way they grow. They always have 6 sides, and I love to go dig for them. I find some really nice ones, and I just think they're awesome crystals.
So Sue, people are going to be looking at this and they're going to say, okay, I want to find out a little bit more about all this. What's an easy way for them to contact you?
Well, they can have one of my business cards. It has my telephone number and my email address on it. And I've had customers email me, you know, wanting to know where I'm going to be, or they ask question about a wand that I have.
So what's your phone number? Where can they find you?
Well, my phone number, I live in San Jose. My phone number is 408-307-2138. And my email is mycrystalvisions@aol.com.
Sue, that is just so fantastic. Thank you for sharing your amazing and beautiful handcrafted work with us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, Joseph and Linda. I have a question in regards to what I'm doing. As far as my profession, I currently work in healthcare administration, and I tend to get pulled a lot towards the holistic side of metaphysics, and I'd like to know what I should be following through if at some point I'm going to be shifting what I do for a living, and if that's really my true journey, and if so, I'd like to know what that is.
Thank you, Mary, for asking that question.
You know, Mary, I've already mixed up the cards and I've asked my guides to help answer this question for you. So let's take a look at what they have to say. Well, we know you're in healthcare, and that's a very, very noble profession. You know, I have a special love for healthcare workers. I think they're absolutely fantastic. They save lives. They've saved my life in the hospital. And I know that you're looking at, should I be thinking of a different profession or a different career to go to? And I don't think the timing is quite right for you. And I'm going to tell you why. Right now, it says that where you are, there's a really intent focus for you to be there for a while longer. And I'll tell you how much longer in a second. Everything that I'm seeing here and from my guides says that the timing is not yet right for you to be switching careers. If you wanted to contemplate a different career or look at another avenue of interest, this would be a time to really study or research or get that all figured out before taking any action. As I see this for you, you're about a year away before things are going to open up for you in a new career of your choice. When I'm looking at this for a new career for you, though, I would love to be able to just tell you, do this thing. But you actually have the multiverse card as part of your answer in this spread. And the multiverse card is like multiple universes, multiple realities, multiple opportunities and choices for you, all existing, all at the same time. So with the multiverse, it says, there is a lot here for you to choose, but you need to be the one that actually makes that choice from all those different options. I will tell you a little bit about the kind of career that's going to still be a match for you going forward into the future. Part of that career is going to be involved in honesty and integrity. Now that may sound a little bit common, but not all people choose careers that are honest or full of integrity. So for you, it has to have those elements, and the people you work with also need to also have high honesty and integrity. That's going to work for you. It also has to be a career that actually pays money, because this says a career that doesn't actually pay is not going to be a match for you. So I don't see a lot of altruism here in career for you. This also has to be a career that actually ignites your passion, ignites who you are, connects to something deep within you. This can't be a career like in a factory or in an assembly line. That's not going to work at all. It's important that you choose, but it's important you choose and do research. Those things are going to set you up for success, from what I see, in 2013. So take your time. You got some time this year to figure it out. 2013 is the change year for you, and really pick something that lights up your passion. These things are going to work out very well for you. Good luck to you very much.
First question I have for you, Mary, is what part of the holistic or metaphysics field has captured your interest? Being introduced to these areas, there's usually an aspect that we get excited about. And secondly, have you explored any specific areas of interest? At a recent holistic fair, I met some fabulous people with wonderful areas of expertise. From crystals to high-quality merchandise made from melted plastic, to psychics and energy workers, to amazing organic skincare. The holistic field is growing, and there are some excellent people and products out there. It seems more than ever that people who were once in the corporate sector of business and sporting PhDs are beginning to seek out ways to apply their knowledge of business to a particular field within the holistic world. And they're doing it to find fulfillment on a level they haven't been able to find in the corporate world. That might be you at some point. And they're doing it because they're inspired to, and they feel that they can make a positive difference in the world. What I would suggest is to attend a Whole Life Expo, the psychic or holistic fairs around you. Attend the workshops that are offered there. You'll soon get an idea of what feels right to you or not. You'll be pulled to certain practitioners or areas of expertise out of your genuine curiosity, and that's really the best way to go. Begin to trust your intuition more in this area, and if you start to hone in on an area of expertise, speak with numerous practitioners in that field. Sometimes, if they're not too busy, you can strike up a conversation with them, and they may have information for you that'll help you with your possible career change. They're oftentimes very willing to share with you what they do, and tell you the story of how they got started in their field. Like anything else, you'll resonate more to some people over others, and always let that be your guide. Read all that you can on any given subject of interest in the field, and you'll begin to gain knowledge, and it'll help you to match your current skills with prospective career, and a career shift possibly into the holistic, a shift that may be more fulfilling for you and one that you're capable of pulling off. No matter what area in the holistic or metaphysical field you're interested in, the one thing you should begin to do to gain valuable insight into your future is to meditate. It's a tool that's oftentimes completely underestimated in its value. But once you start experiencing the information flow that exists, you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner.
We want to discuss your topics and answer your questions. We're easy to find, so give us your questions. Let us know what topics interest you. If you want to get a hold of me, you can go to my website, questtarot.com, or email me at joseph@questtarot.com.
You can find me at sightforhealing.com or linda@sightforhealing.com. You can watch this show on Comcast 17 in Northern California and at Access Sacramento on the 2nd and 4th Thursdays of the month at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And don't forget to watch our companion show, Paranormal Connection, with host Donna Wilberg, the 1st and 3rd Thursdays of the month.
And of course, you can find us on Facebook easily by just searching our names, Linda Potter or Joseph Ernest Martin. We're also on YouTube. You can search for Paranormal Insights or, of course, our names. And we're now on Vimeo in full-length, high-definition video with our own channel, Paranormal Insights.
We want to hear from you so we can bring you our paranormal insights and answers from beyond the ordinary.